Good afternoon. I'm Charles Lejano. This is One News Now. The Office of the Ombudsman is set to get the ball rolling on its probe on the Health Department's handling of the COVID-19 response, as they've issued subpoenas to the DOH and the Budget Department. In a television interview, Ombudsman Samuel Martirez said the documents will aid the ongoing investigation into the DOH and how it handled its COVID-19 war chest. Martirez added that he would like to find out if the financial aid was given to medical frontliners on time. The subpoenas are addressed to Health Secretary Francisco Duque III and Budget Secretary Wendell Abisado. And apart from this, the Ombudsman also recorded 30 complaints on the government's Social Amelioration Program, or SAP. The Social Welfare Department, for one, has uncovered some 22,000 duplicate SAP beneficiaries. This comes as the department validates the distribution of the first tranche of cash aid from the government, amounting to 5,000 to 8,000 pesos each. The agency now vows to intensify its validation of the liquidation report submitted by LGUs. And while the Ombudsman investigation into alleged irregularities into the Health Department is ongoing, DOH Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeire says there's no need for Secretary Francisco Duque III to resign or take a leave of absence. In a virtual media forum held Friday morning, Vergeire claimed that the department has yet to receive a formal notice of investigation from the Office of the Ombudsman. Regardless, the health official assured the public that Duque has the department's full support on the matter.
Sana naiintindihan po ng mga tao, kaya po nakakayanan ng mga undersecretaries ang aming trabaho dahil meron ho kaming leader na katulad ni Secretary Duque. We have our full support to the Secretary and we still think that he should be retained dito po sa kanyang posisyon.
Meanwhile, Dr. Tony Leachon is also dragging Secretary Duque in efforts to boot him from his post as the advisor to the National Task Force against COVID-19. In an interview with Cito Beltran's Agenda, Leachon revealed that presidential spokesman Roque and Duque suggested his removal to Secretary Galvez. The former advisor also insisted that he was telling the truth about the government's mishandling of its pandemic response. And yet he never said that the IATF officials were lying about the COVID-19 data in the country.
Wala akong sinasabing liar sila. Siya ang nagsabi niyan. Kung gano'n ang interpretation niya, kung iisipin ng Presidente o ni Secretary Roque at na Duque and even Secretary Galvez, nagsasabi ako ng totoo kasi the main ombudsman, siya ang nanggagalaiti sa galit na mayroong pagkakamali ang Department of Health. Bakit ako tinanggal for telling the truth? Ano naman ang kasalanan ko? Ba't hindi naman nila pagalitan si Ombudsman Samuel Martirez?
Malacanang slams former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV for allegedly sowing intrigue amid the pandemic. In a statement, presidential spokesperson Roque says his remarks that Vice President Leni Robredo could have offered solutions instead of criticizing the government was just a response to a specific question from the media. Trillanes earlier challenged the palace to appoint Robredo if it really wanted to flatten the COVID-19 curve. The former senator also criticized Roque for turning a blind eye to Robredo's initiatives. More and more locally stranded individuals will finally be reunited with their families. Those taking refuge at a military facility are scheduled to go back to their hometowns today. Hannibal Talete with a report.
Jerly Medalla feels overjoyed upon learning that she will be able to return to her hometown in Tagum this Friday. She had to set aside her work aspirations in Qatar due to COVID-19 restrictions. She then tried to go home, but her flight was cancelled 4 times. Jerly, along with over 200 other locally stranded individuals, or LSIs, are staying temporarily at the Philippine Army Wellness Center in Taguig City.
Sobrang happy po kasi makakasama ko na po yung pamilya ko. Minsan po, sir, nawawala ng pag-asa pero nagdadasal lang po ako palagi, sir. Para si God na po yung bahala na mag-guide sa akin.
Norman James, a student, is also happy because he is finally scheduled to go home to Davao.
Sobrang saya po kasi makakapiling ko na po yung pamilya ko. Nag-aaral po ako ng Japanese language purpose for abroad po para makatulong din po sa sustento ng pamilya ko namin.
The LSIs were given logistical assistance by the Philippine Army. The Department of Social Welfare and Development, for its part, distributed food packs and a 2,000 peso allowance for each LSI. The stranded individuals will be ferried by Cebu Pacific and Air Asia flights. Authorities say they will continuously coordinate with local airlines to provide flights for them.
Ang layunin natin dito ay ang ating mga kababayan na LSI ay makauwi sa kanilang mga tahanan na. No? Ang stay nila dito sa Philippine Army ay temporary para hindi naman sila na kailangan na maghirap pa doon na naghihintay sa airport.
Meanwhile, 47 more LSIs from the airport are now seeking temporary refuge. They have to be tested for COVID-19 first before they get to enter the Philippine Army Wellness Center. For News 5, Hannibal Talete. We are One News.
We'll have more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. COVID-19 cases in the country have breached the 28,000 mark. This was after the Health Department reported over 600 new COVID-19 cases. 460 of those are fresh, while more than 200 are late. Deaths, meanwhile, are at 1,130, with 14 new fatalities recorded just today. That compares to the 280 recoveries tallied over the past 24 hours, which now pushes the country's recovery count to more than 7,300. The DOH was also quick to dispel online posts indicating that the entire province of Cebu is under ECQ. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeire clarifies that Region 7 is under general community quarantine, save for Cebu City, which has been reverted to enhanced community quarantine. She adds that they continue to monitor the clustering of COVID-19 cases.
Yes, we continue to monitor the clustering of cases across the country. Yes, we have new clusterings, clustering of cases in the province of Cebu, specifically dito po sa mga areas sa Cebu City with the different barangays.
Teachers from a municipality in Davao de Oro are gearing up for the so-called blended learning, but not without difficulties. Gem Avancenia is reporting to us live from Davao de Oro. Gem, how are the teachers coping?
Charles, the resumption of classes may still be 2 months away, but the educators are already sounding the alarm. They are struggling to cope with the new normal. In fact, in a barangay in Maco, Davao de Oro, teachers have no choice but to sit close to the highway since it is the only area wherein they could connect to the internet. From the center of Maco Municipality, it took the News 5 team an hour to reach Barangay Nulete. Since it's surrounded with mountains and trees, it's difficult to look for a cell phone signal. But this did not stop some teachers of the Nulete Elementary and High School to attend DepEd's 3-day webinar on blended learning. They found a location along the highway where they can connect to the internet. The teachers brought with them power banks and a tent in case of rain.
Minsan ho, kung uulan, kasi mawala talaga ang signal namin. Tapos doon kami, yung din po, mahirapan din po kami kung halimbawa kami, may mga pangailangan kami, kailangan pa kaming magbaba. Kaya nagdala na kami ng mga power bank.
Jason Celebre said despite the challenges, they are willing to learn from the webinar.
Bilang isang guro, hindi lang po para sa amin, kundi din po para sa mga kabataan na may malalaman din sila kahit may mga pandemya tayong na dumating sa ating panahon ngayon po, ma'am. So, kailangan nating gagawin ang lahat, dapat maging dedicated po tayo sa ating trabaho para yung mga kabataan ay maraming matutunan po.
DepEd District Supervisor Judy Noses visited the area this morning to check the teacher situation.
Personally, naawa ako sa kanila, pero I am so happy, no, na ang mga teachers pala ng Maco South ay napaka-resourceful, no? Gagawin ang lahat just to gain new learnings, especially na ito magamit nila for the coming new normal.
Charles, a teacher said to us this morning that a staff from Smart Communications inspected the area as they are planning to put additional cell site in the area. Charles?
All right, thanks for that update. But then, have we heard from the DepEd as regards a possible solution to the accessibility or connectivity problem over there?
Charles, in an IATF meeting with the President, DepEd Secretary Briones, mentioned that they are planning to implement a modular learning system on the areas wherein they have or cannot access to do not have any access to the internet. The system will be the DepEd will coordinate with the local government units wherein they will download the modular instructions, and then the parents will pick the modules, and then after the activities, the teachers will collect the said modules from the houses of the students. Charles?
All right, thanks for that, Gem. That was Gemma Vansenia reporting live from Davao de Oro. Ride-sharing firm Angkas presents its proposal for motorcycle taxis under the new normal. Chief Transport Advocate George Roque says a plastic shield will be put between the driver and the commuter. Angkas also asks passengers to use their own helmets and face masks to lessen the risk of COVID-19 transmission. Over at the MRT, none of the more than 700 depot personnel from the train line who have undergone rapid testing tested positive. This comes after 15 MRT maintenance workers tested positive for COVID-19. Rapid testing shall continue for the rest of the MRT3's personnel. Contact tracing will also continue. And restaurants are gearing up for an extra special celebration of Father's Day for this coming Sunday. Gerard de la Peña is reporting live from Taguig to tell us more about this. Gerard, how are the preparations coming along?
Charles, restaurants are taking great pains to ensure that the upcoming Father's Day celebrations will be definitely a memorable one. Well, aside from the usual discounts and freebies given to dads, restaurants are also thinking of ways on how families can still enjoy the occasion while maintaining physical distancing inside their establishments. Well, here in Taguig, chairs and tables were rearranged so that they can only accommodate a maximum of total of 20 at a time instead of the usual 100. Some restaurants have put plastic or acrylic dividers on tables to cover diners from each other. And in order to minimize contact between dining staff and the diners, restaurants put up QR codes for menus as well as set up cashless modes of payments. Restaurant operators also encourage customers to book ahead due to limited seating capacity. Mall operators said foot traffic as of now is not as heavy compared to pre-COVID times, but customers are slowly coming back, especially after the government allowed dine-in services to resume. The challenge, however, is how to entice more people to visit malls.
Fortunate that all our retail partners, they also comply with the protocols. So meron din silang kani-kanilang mga guidelines, meron silang mga sneeze guards, they also practice social distancing inside the restaurant, seat capacity, they also follow. So very safe.
Well, Charles, restaurants just want the public to know that they are open for business. But if customers still feel uncomfortable going out, well, they can always have their food picked up or delivered straight to their homes. Charles.
All right, thanks for that, and happy Father's Day, Gerard. That was Gerard de la Peña reporting live from Taguig City. For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. You can also visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. And you can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.